Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic, Less Non-Classic. This episode number 2515, double number 2409. Yep. This book I'm discussing first, Cable and Deadpool, Volume 3, The Human Race. I'm also discussing some issues of Web of Spider-Man. Yep. These issues in particular are quite interesting to say the least. It's basically just Deadpool defending Cable's country of Providence. And of course, you guest appearance by Wolverine. We also have Prester John appearing in these issues. Yes, Prester John. You know, the guy who appeared in Defenders Fantastic Four. Yep. And here's a fun fact. Prior to this book, he last appeared in Avatar Covenant of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, that was the last time he appeared in the comic book. Yeah. This Ultimate Universe comic book, he just happened to appear back in 2000. Yeah. Now, prior to that, he appeared in Fantastic Four Fireworks number 3. Yep. But here's the thing about the guy. The guy only made very sporadic appearances. And, like, after the storyline, after this arc here, he appeared in Fantastic Four and then come back here for a handful more issues and appeared in second coming number 2, and that is pretty much it. He previously appeared in issue number 11. Yep. He first erupts the book issue number 11. But he returns in issue number 13. He's here for 13 to 15. And a story called Murder in Paradise, which is only 2 issues. Yep. And of course, I'll return to the character Black Box. A very old Deadpool villain who last appeared back in Thunderbolts 51. Yep. After that, we have the Enemy of State storyline, which, by the way, has nothing to do with the Wolverine version at all. Not really. It is just Deadpool taking on ultimate version of the Horseman Apocalypse for one issue, which is comprised of Archangel, the Blob, and Spider-Man, and War, who is... Now here's the thing. There's War, Death, Famine, and Pestilence. War is Cable. Archangel's Death, obviously. Famine is the Blob, and Pestilence is Spider-Man. You're thinking, what? Yeah, really. Then we also have Cable turning into a baby in here. But also with Siren and Cannonball appearing in this issue. It's like, okay, let's explore alternate concepts for this Enemy of State storyline in Deadpool. And then we have a House of M tie-in? Yes, seriously. We even have a brief return of Miss Sinister. It's like, hi, I'm Sinister. Yeah. It's weird to have a House of M tie-in just abruptly interrupt the storyline and go right back to Kid Cable and take a Black Box, and that's it. Yeah, really weird story arc. Yeah, it starts out good and gets really weird afterwards. I'm going to give this book roughly 9 out. It feels like we stepped on the last book. Next up we have is Web of Spider-Man. This one's going to be quite unique because this one was discussing issues 45, 46, 49 to 59, and also 60, 62, to 63 and 65 to 73. And you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of issues. Because it is. In the opening issue, by the way, a lot of these issues were written by Jerry Conway until like a certain point. Basically, in the opening issue, this one, he takes on the Vulture. Yep. Unlike Spectacular Spider-Man was known for continuing plot that's in their book, this one is just basically like, hey, let's have a really cool Spider-Man book. Yeah, of course, he's with a new character named Snake Diamond, who is just a one-shot character. And then in 46, he takes on Nakira from Shaun of the She-Devil, who last appeared back in Vision Scarlet number 12, which came out just like a couple years prior to this, a few years prior to this one. And then, well, skipping 47, 48 because there was no tie-ins to Inferno. So, yeah, first of like 3 skips in here. Moving on to issue 49. 49 basically a Spider-Man team with some drug dealers. 50 has debut of a group known as the Outlaws, comprised of Silver Sable, Sandman, Prowler, Puma, Rocket Racer, and Will-O-Wisp. The Outlaws are basically a group that, well, it's kind of in a way Spider-Man's own personal group who just appeared a few times at this issue here. They have a couple issues like Spider-Man, and then appeared in 3 annuals, 25, 11, and 7 for was it like a story arc? Well, it was part of the Vibranium Agenda stuff. Yeah, where they had like a story there, and that was pretty much it for them. Yeah. And then we have where, for issues 51 to about 54, we deal with basically the Chameleon and the Were brothers. One of whom is dating Gloria Grant, who gets killed off in these issues. Yeah, and also these issues cross over with Spider-Man. They go back and forth between 52 and 54. I think it was also for Second Star, I think issues 157, I think it was, 159. I think. It's a really weird story arc. Yeah, and 53 and 54 is basically dealing with this. Yeah, it's this weird, like, story arc that cross up with basically Spectacular Spider-Man for a few issues. Oh yeah, we also have the 5th annual for Web of Spider-Man, which is this annual to talk about. I'm also put Spider-Man Team Fantastic Four take on Tuma for an annual. Yep. 6, no reason to discuss that one per se. Yeah, then sadly put one of them, Eduardo Lobo, gets cut off in this issue. But he comes back. Yeah. Also, it turns out, though, he was using Gloria Grant to get info about something from Daily Bugle. And the thing is, he's saying this in his head while making out with Gloria Grant. And I'm thinking, dude, you're kissing a beautiful woman and you're saying that you used her in order to get info? Man, you're a complete buffoon. And sadly, he died. Though he came back and called him conspiracy. As for his brother, Carlos Lobo, he returned in Scarlet Spider Volume 2, 12.1. Yeah, and we also have the Arranger appearing in these issues. Yes, the Arranger, who got killed off in issue of Spectacular Spider-Man 265 in 1990. Now you're probably thinking, him appearing in these issues, was this before he died? Yes, well before he died. I'd say not long before his death. I'd say, not immediately per se, but not long before his death is when they have him appear in issue 55. In 56, basically, we deal with a character called Skinhead. Yeah, and he is just a character who appears for 3 comics. Appears in 57, 56, 57, and appears in an issue of Captain Marvel Volume 2, and that's it for him, per se. Yeah, and also follows parents about the Rocket Racer. And then we have the Return of the Grizzly First time he has appeared is Amazing Spider-Man 140 back in 1974. And here, this was his first appearance in 15 years. I'm thinking, why the heck would Marvel... By the way, Jerry Conway created this guy, so of course bring him back. And his next appearance will not be until... Get this might surprise you. His next appearance will not be until 8 years later in Spectacular Spider-Man 244. That's the next time we see the guy. Now, so am I asking this. What the heck is up with his massive disappearances for over a decade? Answer, I have no idea. It's by far one of the most baffling things related to the character. Like, he appears in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 130 and 140, he's part of the original Clone Saga stuff, and then returns for 50 and they appear in a historic for Spectacular Spider-Man. He's appeared very sporadically over the years. Even I'm thinking, what was the most recent comic he appeared in? Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man Clone Chameleon Conspiracy #1. Yes, a one-shot that came out a couple years ago. We also return to the Tinkerer, who last appeared back in Amazing Spider-Man #310, just a year prior. Oh, by the way, when the Grizzly first show up, he says, oh yeah, the Grizzly's back in town. Now, we're skipping over 59 to 61 because these are the Acts of Vengeance issues. Yep, we'll be on the 62. Where we deal with Return of the Multiman, who last appeared in the previous issue of the book. Yep. And number 6 is Tiny Major stuff. No idea what I already talked about already. 63, it's Spider-Man taking on Mr. Fear from Daredevil, who last appeared back in Marvel Team number 92, which was 10 years prior to events of the story. And this was the second Mr. Fear. His next experience will be not until Webstorm 100. And that issue came out 3 years later. Now 64 and 65 are basically more Acts of Vengeance stuff. Now, moving on to the last issue to talk about, basically a Spider-Man team with a Green Goblin to take on Tombstone, who last appeared back in Spectacular Spider-Man 166. Who next appears in the very next issue. Yeah, you have Harry team with him to take him on. And then you have fighting Tombstone and Hammerhead in issue 68. And then 69, take on the guy Armand Jones. Who just does stuff with the Hulk, because the Hulk shows up in this issue. Yep, the Hulk is here. And then Spider-Man becomes the Hulk. Yeah, he goes merged for an issue. And then, like, by the way, Conway leaves the book after issue 70. And because we have Danny Figueroa take over the book, because we have to have a guest star appearance in here by Dominic Fortune for a couple issues. Yes, seriously. And he last appeared back in Marvel Superheroes #3. Now, is this the original one? Oh, heck yes, definitely. Because his son, the second one, is sadly no longer alive. He got killed off in the issue of Iron Man, of all things. If you're curious, who created Dominic Fortune? Lane Wein and Howard Jenkins. The guy is basically a badass. It's basically like a pulp-style mercenary that basically Howard Jenkins created. And he is such a cool character. I love this guy. He is fantastic. At one point, get this. He actually, in the Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. book, he actually he brought in the Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. to basically give this one guy. He took over for his casino steamboat, which was taken over by Agents of Hydra. Yes. And this, like I said, no denying the fact the guy's a freaking badass. I don't know how old he is. He's really good. Against his greatest challenge, dealing with a guy called Simon Steele. Yeah, and deal with a new version of the Ironmonger, who replaced the original Ironmonger who died back in issue 200. And this was his final appearance in comics. Let's bring back in issue of Iron Man. Also deal with Elaine Von Nant, who is actually the daughter of a no of a character by the name of Howard Valline. They're thinking, okay, yeah. So they pretty much basically just had it's basically take on freaking Nazis. Yeah. Yeah. But you think, what about 73, you might ask? Well, 73 is, well, part of a story I'll talk about later on, but yeah. Um, yeah, 73 is part of a story called Art Attack, but I'm going to talk about 72 because basically Art Attack is a 4-part story arc, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, these issues were absolutely fantastic. I loved every single issue. No bad issues here. I'm going to give all these issues I talk about issues 40, 45, 46, 49 to 58, 62, 63, and 66 to 72 a 10 out of 10. The fifth annual, I give that roughly a 9. Well, pretty good stuff here. Okay, so that's pretty much a particular view. I might get time to do some Super Sentai tonight, but it depends. Okay, next view. Bye.